Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Douglas Attila Jamali, and I'm here in Union Square of San Francisco to present to you some information that you need to survive Armageddon. So let's talk about what's going on here and a little bit of a description of how where you stand before math and the aftermath there of Armageddon, as I, a procreator, and the Gaia herself, sit upon a gap of existence of 75 billion worlds due to the fact that Armageddon ensued without my presence in the procreation of Gaia. So, tonight you understand is that in my procreation of Gaia, using that of a near light speed collision of a meteorite to cause what is known as a streak, to spew out billions and billions of worlds to arrive back here in San Francisco, in the beforemath of Armageddon, and then there in the aftermath of Armageddon, we have the human race's extinction due to this fact. So, while I was procreating Gaia out into the heavens in a streak, these planets went out before me and have a calendar which is skewed but a common present across all of them. Meaning that as I produced worlds out of the streak, they went out and are older in age than the worlds that I left on. Okay? Meaning that downworld, there are worlds that have a calendar that is older than ours, and worlds before me have the same calendar as we have today, i.e. today's calendar is the first calendar, right? Out of all of them, the lowest date, okay? So, in the procreation of Gaia, all these worlds went out and they ended up being older, but all have the same day today, but a different calendar than today. So without my presence on these worlds, and the aftermath thereof, the procreation of Gaia, mankind engaged in Armageddon in this present on worlds older. Okay? So those worlds today are in the aftermath of Armageddon, and the worlds before them are in the beforemath of Armageddon, albeit they all have different calendars. It's still the same day across all of the worlds back to here. Okay. So with that being said, I'm trying to explain to you that while I was in the procreation of Gaia, mankind came down and started Armageddon underneath me by this idiot who had planned to destroy me, and then in the aftermath thereof of my procreation, stand in my place and say, I'm the one that procreated all of these worlds. Now, this man is human, and he comes from, in a sense, our future, in which he came down and hacked me down in the procreation of Gaia, which stopped then thereof the procreation of Gaia. And so, Mother Nature and the rest of the universe, in the aftermath thereof my procreation, and in the beforemath thereof of him coming down and hacking me down to the past, right, from the future, extincts the human race to prevent that disruption in the procreation of Gaia. Right? So I end up with worlds upworld with a later date on the calendar, and worlds downworld at a later date on the calendar, although it's the same day today, and worlds back to here in a lesser date. So I am in the lowest date, in which you can't go down below in the time war any further to get underneath me to cause the procreation of Gaia to stop happening. So, in the aftermath thereof, of me not being there, so they hacked me down, and those worlds with an older date went into Armageddon. Today, that's already happened for them, and we sit upon worlds that are younger in date, which it is yet to happen yet, and without my presence, i.e. the hacking me down on those worlds down there, Armageddon happened. And with my presence here, in the beforemath of my execution by the United States of America's people on a daily basis, Armageddon doesn't persist. So, without you understanding that today, down there has already happened. Okay? And in my past, that's already happened in a calendar in which I am 7,800 years older than this present here. Okay? So, in the order of things, the antimatter, biological, and nuclear wars happened, right, without my presence, in which the nuclear war happened first, and then in the aftermath of that nuclear war, the reactor here in San Francisco, the unshielded plutonium reactor, went live. The antimatter wars ensued with that use of antimatter to try and get people out of the nuclear wars. And then finally, and after fact of that, in the order of things, right, came the biological war to stop the human race in the aftermath of cutting me down to prevent my existence downworld, and therefore, without my existence, the worlds fell into Armageddon. So now, I sit on the border of a string of worlds that have an older calendar date down there, all the way to the 85th century, in which the 85th century has joined with me to come back downworld, although it's the same day in the 85th century it is here today in the 21st century, to stop Armageddon in its tracks, in the after fact thereof, right, in between this calendar date and the 85th century calendar date, Armageddon happened, but that happened today. Okay? So now, with the 85th century in today, coming back downworld to here, I'm coming downworld stopping Armageddon as well as going upworld to stop Armageddon here in San Francisco, with the effective change thereof of my existence and the acknowledgement that is happened, and with the denuclear proliferation of the world between here and there, has stopped Armageddon in between here and the 85th century, in which the Borg came here and destroyed the whole fucking world because we wouldn't stop. So, with the unconditional surrender of the 85th century and their naming me of the President of the United States of America in the last 40 years, I have been taking 10 consecutive elections here in San Francisco in the time dilation to there of the 85th century, which now resides on the same day as today here in San Francisco. All of the worlds are on the same day, although they have a skewed calendar, all the way up to the 85th century. So, with the 85th century and today, all the way down to here, Armageddon ensued. And I'm here to stop it from upstairs as well as from underneath the downstairs on the same common day here in San Francisco, in which I say, surrender unconditionally, comply, and message so that you don't destroy all life in the world. Is that clear? That Armageddon ensued without my presence between here and the 85th century's worlds, all of today, somewhere in there, in that past, it happened. But it hasn't happened yet, because the United Federated Galaxy planets have stepped in, and with the 85th century named and declared me the President of the United States of America, again for 10 consecutive elections, to prevent that thereof of Armageddon ensuing in the 6,500-year span of those planets being older and us being younger, all by the same day. So again, here I explain what's going on, and I need your assistance. Okay? And that comes with the recognizing and recognition of me as the ambassador and president of the United States of America across 75 billion worlds, in which I stand here as the greatest effective change of peace in the universe, as an architect of peace. Once again, my name is Douglas Attila Jamali, and I am the, what? The anti-Armageddonist. I hope you've heard of me.